All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Tonight we're talking about the Detroit Lions. They just officially hired their offensive coordinator in John Morton and their defensive coordinator in Calvin Shepard. And I want to talk about both of these and even a couple other positional groups that the Detroit Lions hired in the last week or so. But let's start it off with John Morton. I really like this move. I'll just be honest with you. I really like it. Now, also, to be honest with you, whether it was Tanner Engstrad, Scotty Montgomery, any Lions offensive staff member, any outside hire, I would still be excited because I really think this championship window crap is so overdone. I think it is absolutely ridiculous. This is a team that just won 15 football games. Ben Johnson, one heck of a coordinator, one heck of an offensive mind, but I find it really ridiculous that you can try and tell me Jared Goff, Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jameson Williams, Sam Laporta, top 5 offensive line in the National Football League. I have a hard time agreeing that there is going to be a step back or that the championship window is closed. I think this is just ESPN, Twitter crap where people are looking for clicks and they're looking to stir up some drama. John Morton was the Denver Broncos pass game coordinator for the past 2 seasons. He's 55 years old, and the cherry on top of this hire is, first off, he previously coached with the Detroit Lions in 2022, serving as the senior offensive assistant, but he was also born in Auburn Hills, Michigan, and he also played college football at Western Michigan. So it just kind of feels like the stars are in line for this specific hiring. But folks, before we get any further into tonight's video, hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. Try and get this video to 100 likes, folks. That would mean the absolute world to me. So he's been all over the NFL. He's been all over college football. He's the passing game coordinator and wide receiver coach for USC in 2007 and 2008. He was then promoted to offensive coordinator for 2009 and 2010. Now, as far as NFL headlining experience goes, people are going to look at 2017 with the New York Jets, where he was the offensive coordinator. The one and only time he's ever been the offensive coordinator in the NFL was with the Jets in 2017. This is right before Sam Darnold landed there. They technically finished 28th in total offense. They also technically finished 24th in scoring. But Josh McCown, first off, was the starting quarterback. I know we're talking about 2017. Josh McCown, this blew me away as well. I don't really remember this. I just finished high school in 2017, but I don't really remember this. He was the OC for the Jets, and Josh McCown, 38 years old, was the starting quarterback, and he actually had a career season at 38 years old. Bilal Powell was their leading rusher, along with whatever remained in Matt Forte after his tenure with the Chicago Bears. The point is, just to summarize it, it was not a good offense. It was not a good team, and none of these issues were on John Morton. But anyways, he also has a very big connection with Mr. Sean Payton, the offensive guru. He's been on his staff multiple times, even going all the way back to 2006, where he was the Saints passing game coordinator. He was also their wide receivers coach from 2015 to 2016. But let's look at the last 2 years where he was the passing game coordinator for the Denver Broncos. Well, as we all kind of know, the Broncos finished 10th in the NFL in scoring. They made the playoffs. They went 10-7, which was actually their first playoff appearance since 2015. And this was all with a rookie QB. And we all know his name. His name is Bo Nix, who exceeded expectations, 66.3% completion percent, 3,775 yards, 29 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. He also, fun fact, ran over 400 yards for 4 more touchdowns. But I don't have any concerns with John Morton. One thing the Broncos did a very good job of this past season were screenplays. And I talked about this in my last Lions video. I'm looking at guys like Jahmyr Gibbs and Jameson Williams and also even Amon-Ra St. Brown, even play action. But the point is, I'm expecting more screenplays, and I'm also expecting a lot of play action because the number 1 QB in play action last year was Jared Goff, and the number 2 was Bo Nix with the Denver Broncos. Now, moving Defensively, Kelvin Shepard, the brand new defensive coordinator for this team. He's only 37. He's from Atlanta. He played college football at LSU. He also won a national championship over at LSU, but he was a first team all SEC linebacker by the time he was ready for the NFL draft. He was ended up as a third round selection in 2011. Dan Campbell told The Athletic in 2022 when asked how Shepard could be as an NFL head coach, or an NFL coach, not head coach, sorry. There's a number of guys you can just tell by the way they play. And I really like it. And Campbell and Shepard actually crossed paths with the Miami Dolphins, where Shepard was a linebacker, while Campbell was the Miami Dolphins tight ends coach for multiple seasons. And then he ultimately became the interim head coach in 2015. But also, as we know, Kelvin Shepard in the last 3 seasons was the Detroit Lions linebacker coach. So I'm very excited about it. And I also wanted to throw in Casey Rogers because I live in the Tampa Bay area, and hardcore Bucks fans are not happy about losing Casey Rogers to a what's the word where you don't jump a higher lateral move? Yep, lateral move. So actually, Casey Rogers, since heading to Tampa Bay in 2019, the Bucks have, this is the new defensive line coach, the Bucks have ranked first in yards per carry allowed at 4, first in defensive rushing success rate, second in yards before contact per rush, and 7th in yards after contact per rush. So Dan Campbell's building a coaching tree. And because we have a little bit of extra time here, I read an article, I think it was from Colton Pouncey over on The Athletic, and he was going through some coaching inspirations, or he just did a deep dive on Coach Kelvin Shepard. Go check it out. But this is what's interesting. Kelvin Shepard's coaching inspiration is Coach Spags with the Kansas City Chiefs and Coach Lou Anamurillo from the Cincinnati Bengals, who is now the DC for the Indianapolis Colts. Shepard played for Coach Lou in Miami, where Dan Campbell is actually the interim head coach. And Coach Lou sends simulated pressures to confuse the quarterback pre and post snap. All right. Now, Coach Spags coached Kelvin Shepard when he played for the New York Giants. Spags was in his second stint as the Giants defense coordinator. But one thing Spags loves to do is blitz and send pressure from different angles. Best in the business. Under Aaron Glenn, the former defensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions for the last 3 seasons, the Lions' defensive philosophy was that they led the league in man coverage at 41.5%, and they also had the 3rd highest blitz rate at 38.4%. So my point is, with both coordinators offensively and even more so defensively, people are worried that the Lions are going to kind of lose their glam. They're going to lose what they know best. I don't see that in any way, shape, or form. Dan Campbell just hired 2 phenomenal, or hired/promoted 2 phenomenal coordinators, and I'm excited to get free agency started. That's it for me. Hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content, and give me a great rating for the Detroit Lions offensive and defensive coordinator hires down below. Peace.